Joining me now is Dr. Owen Mogabgab, who is on the Westbank now. CIS is moving to the Westbank, so that's pretty exciting news. That's groundbreaking stuff. It's got to make you excited, Doc.
It is. So CIS has been over a lot of places in Louisiana, but this is the first time we're moving into the New Orleans market. So we've opened a clinic in Manhattan Boulevard in Harvey. We also have a clinic not too far away from New Orleans in Luling, and we're trying to bring the limb salvage techniques and some of the advanced peripheral techniques and introduce them to the New Orleans area, where I believe there's a real strong need for that.
Now, you're also an interventional cardiologist. What does this convention do for you? I mean, I can see it. I'm an older guy, you're a younger guy, and you probably have a wealth of knowledge on things that have come out in the last few years because of a convention like this. What do you learn from this convention?
Well, this convention is a huge part of advancing cardiologists' role in the field of peripheral disease. And you know, it's a field that has often involved a lot of vascular surgeons and interventional radiologists, but for cardiologists, this is how a lot of people around the country have come down and learned how to advance the care of this complex conditions.
So just for the audience, I just learned Mogabgab. What is that? Is that Irish? What is that?
So my family has been in the New Orleans area for a long time, but my great-great-grandparents moved to Mid-City in New Orleans in the 1890s from Beirut.
Okay.
So originally it's Lebanese. It's been diluted out a little bit over the years, but it's a Lebanese name.
So how excited are you now that CIS is starting? We've seen them move around the periphery, but now they're going right into the Mid-City, right into the heart of the city.
So I love New Orleans, and I've lived here most of my life, and I'm a huge fan of this town, and I love to be able to provide care for the people of this town, and I think it's a neat opportunity, and I'm looking forward to making it work. So,
what made you want to become a cardiologist? What brought you there?
So in cardiology, we have some very unique opportunities to treat patients and get some outstanding outcomes, and that's not true of every condition. So we have patients that walk in the door actively sick and on threatening their life, and they will walk out of the hospital sometimes 2 days later. We have the possibility of saving people's legs who are threatened to have an amputation and helping them maintain their ability to walk and their quality of life. So the outcomes that we get in cardiology are fantastic, and that's not true of every other field.
And you're right, and that was not always the case. I can remember years back in '85 interviewing Dr. Walker, and he had his mind set on finding a way and doing different things. And one of those things is this great convention where a lot of people are having fun, but they're learning quite a bit, and they take something away from this, and like you said, it has come so far in a few short years.
Well, and I graduated medical school in 2006, and I've seen a lot of change just in that time. I can't imagine how much change some of the guys that have been doing this for 35, 40 years have seen. It's changed a ton. And the outcomes have gotten a lot better. You're right. The things that we're able to do for patients today, we're not always offered. So it's a neat time to be a cardiologist.
You remind me of Dr. Walker when I first started interviewing him, and I was your age too. And it just goes to show you in the 33 years that we've been doing interviews that Dr. Walker has transcended to just an unbelievable level. But he's trying to teach.
Well, those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, he's trying to teach, and he's trying to bring people along the way. And I know y'all are eager to get after it pretty good.
Absolutely.
Well, look, congratulations on the new clinic and the new location, and we look for big things from it.
All right, awesome.
All right,
Thank
Doc.
you very much.
Good talking to you. As the band continues to play, and we're at the Roosevelt in New Orleans, and it's really a great atmosphere. And I know a lot of people are thinking, watching this, they're going, they're having too much fun, but there's a lot of work that goes on. Joey Fontenot, no stranger to the cameras, and I've been knowing Joey for a long time. He's an integral part of CIS and the growth and what has gone on over the years. And much like Dr. Craig Walker, I credit Joey with a lot of the vision because he came from Terrebonne General. They put a lot of faith in you, and I've watched this thing get bigger and bigger and bigger. And first of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Martin. Appreciate your kind words. Thank you.
Took a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Encapsulate the years you've been there to now, the process. Did you ever really think it was going to get this big?
Well, when you work with Dr. Walker, you hear his hopes and dreams so often that you know what his vision is, and you know you'll be able to carry it out because you got such tremendous support. You know, our organization's incredible. You know, we have about 760 employees now, and so it's no one-man effort, no 10-man effort. It's the entire team. You know, we have 61 physicians now. We have practices all over South Louisiana and in Mississippi now. So it's a culmination of a lot of people doing a lot of work. And the growth has just been incredible for us. And this conference has been incredible for us. And we've brought on, you know, the right people at the right time to help us grow it. And we got a lot of talent in this organization that we're real proud of.
You know, and as I look over the room, and I see some of the older faces, I see a lot of young faces. And I was just interviewing Dr. Owen Mogabgab, and I told him, I said, Doc, I'm looking at you thinking about when I was young interviewing Dr. Craig Walker. We were both very young. Now Dr. Walker sees himself more as a mentor, a professor, someone who goes around the country teaching and doing, you know, making some real good progress on the loss of limbs and all. But I think back to those groundbreaking days when everybody was going, what? Now they're going, how can I get to the convention? And how can I get to one of these clinics?
Yeah. Well, you know, Dr. Walker is passionate about limb salvage, first of all, but he's also passionate about education. And not only does he educate all over the country, he educates all over the world. He does live cases all over Europe, in China, South America, he's Latin America. He's done a lot of education, all at great sacrifice to him personally and professionally to do that, because it takes a great deal of time to do that. You take a young guy like Owen Mogabgab. Craig introduced me to Owen 5 years ago, and he said, Chief, I want you to get this guy. And it took us about 5 years to get a practice that fit with Owen and his family needs. And he's an incredible guy. He's very, very well skilled at chronic total occlusions in the coronary arteries, and he's locally famous for the work he does. And so we couldn't be more excited to have Owen on our team.
But y'all been able to take a guy like Dr. Owen, who wants to stay in his area where he grew up.
Right.
So y'all didn't say, we want you to come to Houma. Y'all putting these clinics all over.
Well, this past week, we opened a clinic on the Westbank. It's our first clinic in this area. We have Dr. Chris Paris, who's from Houma, and Dr. Mogabgab there. We have 2 more physicians joining us, one in October and one in next summer on the Westbank. And actually, we have a couple of physicians here at this conference interviewing for physicians in our New Orleans area practices as well. So again, it's an example of our growth and our need to move into the New Orleans market.
On a personal note, you joined CIS how many years ago?
18 years ago.
Okay, I couldn't remember exactly, but you've seen the progress. You've been a big part of the progress. And to watch it where the tentacles go to China, go to the Middle East, go to places that no one would have ever thought Houma, Louisiana could branch out. That's got to make you really proud.
It makes me very proud. It makes me feel good that the organization's making such a contribution, because the doctors are doing incredible things. They're supported by incredible professionals on the healthcare side, and I think our management team has done a lot of good things too to help keep all this funded. So yeah, but the short answer is I'm incredibly happy with what we've done, and I love what we do, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Used to be, all right, we got to keep Houma alive.
Yeah.
It's the only clinic.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, how many, 15, 16 now?
I think we have 21 in total now.
21.
Yeah.
See, from the last interview to now, it's grown.
It's growing.
So, 21 clinics.
Yeah.
That's a big, big business. top it off with this convention.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of spokes to keep that wheel going.
It's a lot of great people. We've been very fortunate and blessed to get great people on the bus. They're all sitting in the right seat on the bus, we like to say, and everybody's dedicated. So nobody's pulling the wagon any harder than the next person. We're all pulling. And you know, you run a critically busy business, it takes everybody.
Let me ask you this. You've seen some people that Dr. Walker has interviewed over the years, and I say interviewed because when he gets somebody around him, it is an interview.
That's right.
He interviews me sometimes, right? So you've seen him get people that he's talked about, the WebMD guy. He's talked about the guy that invented the clutch for the motorcycle. Also was involved in the stent.
Yeah.
You've seen people that would arguably be on the same plateau as him, but when they get together, they're just telling a bunch of stories, sharing ideas, and trying to figure out how to make it better.
Absolutely. Listen, sometimes it's just a pleasure to listen to the conversations, to have dinner with them, listen to what they do. But it is remarkable that they are all focused on what they can do to improve healthcare outcomes. It's remarkable to me. That's what they talk about. And yeah, I joke sometimes, Craig, he can wear you out because his engine never stops, you know, but it's fun. It's a good thing, you know?
Well, you're right. He lives it.
He lived it every day, every weekend.
Yeah.
When he's on vacation, he's not really on vacation. You know, he may hide to make a phone call to me, but he's calling us.
It seems like when my phone rings the most from Dr. Walker is when he's on vacation.
Yeah,
that's when he has time to make a call.
Because he's not seeing patients and not doing
talking
procedures.
about this idea he has.
Yeah.
Or something. It never stops.
Yeah, I've been very blessed. There's no doubt. It's been a lot of fun. And again, being surrounded by so many people doing the right thing is it's just a total pleasure. We're very fortunate.
Joey, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've been a big part of it.
I appreciate that.
And I tell you what, I'm proud to have covered this event many years because this has grown and grown and grown.
Yes, it has.
And people walk away from here. One thing they know they were here, they had a good time, and they learned a lot.
Learned a lot. The first lecture this morning was at 6:45, and it ended at 6 p.m. today. This is day one.
Joey,
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Martin.
Thanks
I appreciate
again.
it.
All right.
Thank you.
Once again, Joey Fontenot. We're at the Blue Room here at the Roosevelt, New Orleans. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have a lot more.